What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Muse. Yes, indeed, Muse Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Origin Bliss, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close, but it got the win. It was number 955 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this. It is Muse with a live performance of a song called Resistance. Now, have I heard the song before? Okay, this is where things get a little complicated. I did a reaction to The Warning doing a cover of this song. Now, here's the thing about when you hear a cover before the original. You don't know how much of a difference the cover has. You don't know how much of a spin the covering artists are gonna put on their cover. So I don't know how close The Warning kept their cover to the original. I have no idea. So I'm gonna kind of go into this with a blank slate and just, I know I've heard the song performed by The Warning, okay? Now, maybe they did an exact carbon copy cover. It's very possible, okay? But then again, maybe they put it on their own little, spiel on it, and they put their own flavor on, their own spin on it, and it went out in the left field. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Even if I recognize the song, and even if I go, you know what, The Warning, they did a perfect carbon copy cover. Even if that happens, I still have a live performance I can react to. So look, one way or another, we're gonna get a score here, okay? I'm just letting everybody know, and I'm being upfront, and I'm not trying to hide anything, okay? So we're gonna kind of have to play this by ear and see how it goes. Let's see, this was posted by Muse Live Videos, okay? And the video has 1.3 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. A link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Muse, Resistance live at Glastonbury 2010. I've had some issues with Glastonbury in the past, especially when it comes to Muse performances, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'll have to wait and see, I guess, and hope for the best, right? All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
100%. Is it me or is it a little quiet? Hope y'all can hear it. Pause. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and talk badly about the warning. Okay. I'm just not going to do that. Their cover sounded very similar to this. And I know at the time when they did this cover, I know if my memory serves me correctly, they were youngsters. I mean, they're still youngsters, but they were really youngsters. They were in their infancy as a band when they did their cover of this song. And taking that into account, I mean, I think they did a fine job of the cover overall. I mean, they really did. Having said that, though, there's a difference. There is a clear difference. I prefer the Muse version. I prefer the original. It sounds better. It sounds fuller. I'm not trying to put Little Jean down. I'm not. She has really developed into a fine bassist. She has. And even when she was a youngster, she still had a really good concept of time. But Dom's bass playing on this, you could absolutely set your watch to. I mean, that 16th note pattern he's got going, it just sounds really good. I mean, it's constant. It's just absolutely constant. Plus they're playing in a live setting. I know the ladies were too. I know the Warning was as well, but they were in the Warning cave, you know, where these guys are playing at Glastonbury and in front of tens of thousands of people. Pressure's definitely on in that situation. Matt's vocals sound really nice, very fitting. His vocal style really fits this song well. With that little bit of a delay, you know, with the notational changes, he just kind of delays it just ever so slightly to kind of suck people in. Very fitting for the style of the song. Both bass and drums just pulsing forward, pushing forward against Matt's more relaxed vocal style. It's a nice contrast. Here's the thing. If either one of them were to go any harder, like if the drums and the bass were to push any, now I'm not talking about from a tempo standpoint, I'm talking about from a feel standpoint. If they were to really kind of push this song more, or if Matt were to lay back on his attacks and his notational changes more, it would clash. It would absolutely clash. They are really, and they've always done this, they have really figured out how to walk that razor's edge to the point where they just complement each other. One step either to the left or right from either one of them, and it's going to become a train wreck. They really understand that, and they really know how to walk that razor's edge. Good for them. And this is a great example of it. Musically, I'm digging it. I'm digging what they're doing musically. Now, there's another part of this equation, the live show. I'm being honest, the live show is not great. It's, from a visual standpoint, it's really not all that great. I'm hoping that changes. We got 2:45 to go. Let's hope for some more stage energy. It'd be nice. Maybe some stage interaction. That'd be great. Crowd interaction. If we can at least get some crowd interaction, I won't be thrilled, but I'll be happy. I'll at least be happy with that. Let's hope for it. Let's hope for it. Let's hope for it. Okay. Point it out to the crowd. Crowd interaction. Yes. Good. We got something. All right. Okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to be all right. Let's finish this up and we'll get to the review. All right. Okay. Okay. I think I know where we're gonna go with this. I think so. Let me get my thoughts together just to be sure about that. And I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Muse with a live performance of Resistance. This was a request from Origin Bliss, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close, but they did get the win, moving it from number 955 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Just seriously, maybe 1 or 2 more votes could have made a bit of a difference, but that's all right. We got this one. Okay. Before I give my score, I need to reiterate this. I did a reaction to the Warning doing a cover of this song in their studio in the Warning Cave way back when they were young, way back when they were first starting out. And I wasn't sure, because it was the first time I heard the song, I wasn't sure if it was like a carbon copy cover, if they took the song in a different direction. I mean, did they put their own spin on it? I had no idea. Well, now I can say that they pretty much did a carbon copy cover. I mean, it sounded pretty much the same. But I am going to say this, and I'm not... listen, Warning fans, feeling you, okay? Feeling you. No offense to the Warning intended. I really don't mean any offense when I say this. But, and I understand that when the Warning did, they were in their infancy. I understand that. But having said that, I'm sorry, Muse, I think I like Muse's version better. I'm sorry, it is what it is, okay? More experience, been doing it longer. You know, it's gonna happen, folks. Not every cover is gonna be a hit with me compared to the original. Sometimes, you know, a cover will come along that blows the original out of the water. That was not the case here, okay? No offense to the Warning at all intended, okay? I don't mean any offense. I'm just saying, in this situation, Muse did it better. That's all. That's all. Not saying the Warning did a bad job. They did a good job doing a cover, okay? But this was definitely a better presentation overall. Having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 would translate to a really good skill rating, so I think this was a really good job overall. It would get 4 to 5 stars, and it would get a B+ letter grade. So there you go, 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? It's actually a little bit of an interesting story. So glad you asked. Okay, as far as the song itself goes, I dug the song. I dug the performance of the song itself. It sounded really good. I had no issue with the song whatsoever. It's comparing it to what the Warning did. I knew I've heard the song before, so it wasn't a complete and utter shock. But I gotta say, I think Muse did do it better. It sounded fuller. It sounded richer. The vocal, more than anything, it came down to just 2 things. One was the rhythmics, the rhythmic patterns that were being established by the drummer and by the bass player. That 16th note pattern, it was relentless. It just kept going. Even when the drummer switched to more like a straight time, it was still being maintained by the bass player, Dom, I believe his name is. He still had that 16th note pattern going. You could absolutely set your watch to it. Absolutely. And again, like I said, I'm not saying the Warning didn't do a good job of doing it. I'm just saying Muse just sounded better doing it. That's all. There was that, and then Matt's vocals. They've really got that figured out, how to walk that razor's edge between having a driving and pulsating feel and a nice rhythmic pattern happening within the bass and drums. And then you got Matt's vocals, who just ever so slightly falls just on the notational changes. It's kind of, it doesn't fall behind, it just delays. It's not on the downbeat, it's on like the end of one is when it finally actually swoops up. They've really got that down to a science, man. They really have. Seeing them live, doing it in a live setting, seeing all the reactions I've done to them in the past on the channel, they've really got that down. That is not easy to do, and he does it tastefully every single time. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know how he does it, but they pull it off every time, and it sounds really good. Trying to sing this song straight, you know, straight laced, it's not gonna work. It can be done. Yeah, sure, it can be done, but not like Matt does. I don't think I'll ever hear anybody cover this song like Matt does it. It just doesn't compute. It doesn't equate. Unless somebody can figure out how to walk that fine line like Matt does, then maybe they got a chance. No, the song overall, like I said, I've heard it before, but I haven't heard Muse do it. So I'm glad I did now. Now I understand the comparison. And again, I'm just gonna say this one more time, and I'm not gonna say it again. I'm not trying to discredit the warning, okay? I'm not. What they did sounded just fine. There was nothing wrong with what they did. Muse just does it better. That's all, okay? I'm not gonna say it again. As far as the live show, now this is where things get a little bit interesting. I was a little let down by the live show. Okay, let's go down the list. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they did check off all the boxes, and I just don't see it. Stage presence. Did they have stage presence? Yes, they did. They had stage presence. It looked good. They made the presence felt right from the beginning of the song, once the song kicked in. Stage energy. Okay, I'm gonna give it a check, but it's a weak check. The only person who really moved around was Matt. Which is funny because Dom had a lot of opportunity where he was not on the mic, where he could have picked up his feet and moved around the stage a little bit, and he really didn't. He just kind of planted his feet in front of the microphone. A kind of a wasted opportunity, if you ask me. Would have been a great time for him, since there was a long period of time, a long stretch, where he didn't do any vocals. What a great opportunity that would have been for him to pick up his feet and move around, maybe go up a little closer to the front of the stage and maybe interact with some of the people in the crowd. Kill two birds with one stone, you know what I mean? Or maybe go over and interact with Matt, which brings me to my third one. Stage interaction. No, there was none. There was no stage interaction. Would have been perfect for Dom to have gone over and interact with Matt. Matt can't. He's really, on this song, he really is kind of a slave to the mic. He really cannot move around. But there, like I said, there were points in the song where Dom didn't sing for like 30 seconds. He could have easily picked up his feet, gone over and interacted with Matt, or gone over and interacted with the crowd. Either one, I would have taken. Now, luckily, Matt covered the big one, crowd interaction. That one gets a check. I only saw it happen once, but that's all I need to give it a check. Is it a strong check? No, it's a weak check, but it's still a check. So he gets it when he pointed out to the crowd. I know that seems like a very small thing, but folks, it's crowd interaction, and I'm sure the crowd appreciated it. Showmanship. Again, I'm gonna give it a check, but it's a weak check. Matt was doing everything he could. Unfortunately, like I said, he's a slave to the microphone in this situation because he's literally singing like pretty much the entire song. There's not really a whole lot of opportunity for him to move away. So but even when he was taking his breaths, he would lean back and come back in again hard to get back on the mic again. He's creating that movement, he's creating that motion, he's creating that animation, which is showmanship. So I will give it the check, but it is a weak check, okay? But still getting checked. So out of the 5 I look for, they got 4. 2 of them were weak, but they still got them, okay? So yeah, I'll give it. In this case, I can't say the live show helped. It didn't help, but it didn't hurt either. It didn't affect the score either way. So that's how we're coming to the 7.8. I wish there was more happening on stage, because if we had stage interaction and we had more stage energy and more crowd interaction, I could seriously bump this up to 7.9, maybe even 8.0, possibly even higher a little bit. I'm not saying we're gonna go up into the 9s. I don't see that happening. But you know, if everything went really well with all the check marks, I'm not saying an 8.1 or an 8.2 is impossible, but they're gonna have to really earn it if they want to go up that much, you know. And unfortunately, I didn't see that here. Now, luckily, we did cover enough of the check boxes that it didn't hurt the score. So 7.8, that's where we're at. You know, like I said, the live show was kind of a non-factor here in this case, but still getting a 7.8 for what I feel was a really good job on the song. So yeah, 7.8, I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We got a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.